What's up, heroes? My name is Clone, and welcome back to Crystalline. After last night's talk with Leanna, I'm still a little taken aback. I'm not sure how to feel. I'm angry, and I want more. But we're going to continue on with our day. So, the next morning, we wake up early, like usual. After getting ready and packing my things, I meet the rest of the team downstairs. Amelia's parents wait for us by the door as we finish gathering our things. Her mother's lips trembles as she watches us pack.
Are you sure you need to leave so soon?
Leanna smiles softly.
I wish we could stay longer, but we must be going. Thank you very much for your hospitality.
Yes, domo arigato.
Of course. You're all welcome here at any time.
Amelia's mom hands us parcels. Oh, she's giving us gifts. Nice.
I packed all of you some food for your journey.
I love the package of food.
Oh, we couldn't possibly.
She tuts and forces the parcels into our hands.
I won't take no for an answer.
Well, okay then. Amelia packs hers without protest, and the rest of us follow suit. We turn to her family one last time before leaving.
Thank you again.
Arigato.
It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for having us.
Thanks. It was nice to meet you.
Thanks.
Farewell, Mother, Father.
Her mother squeezes each of us in one big hug. That's adorable. When she hugs Leanna, she pauses.
Please take care of our daughter.
I will.
After one final goodbye, we leave their house and make our way back towards the town. We pass the inn and other shops, but we don't make any stops. Eventually, we pass through the town gates. We continue down the familiar dirt path surrounded by greenery. Most of our journey is uneventful. I've become more accustomed to the walking and the silences, but I still wish the journeys to our destination weren't so long. It can get pretty boring. Yeah, without any phone to be able to play any games, can't play my Pokemon Go. Just as I think that, something darts in front of me. Yo, catch it, ignore it. I'm gonna try to catch it. Whoa! I lunge for whatever it is and my hands brush against its fur as I reach for its tail. It evades my grasp and hops into a bush. The Pango waddles over to the bush and watches it curiously.
Boy.
The bush remains still. The Pango cocks its head to the side.
Boy?
He then sticks his head into the bush. He immediately retreats as a claw swipes at him. He rushes back to me and hides behind my leg.
Boy.
He huffs. I mean, you did just go and bother it. The Pango pouts, looking betrayed. Oh, shut up, dude. You've betrayed me several times, you son of a bitch.
Boy.
Hey, you gonna let me in the girls' room next time? Sorry, Pango. You know I've always got your back. He perks up.
Boy.
So, what was that thing?
It's a Sabali.
Leanna seems more excited than usual to see an animal. What's that?
Basically an overgrown rodent.
Untrue. Sabali are not part of the rodent family.
They're way cuter than rodents.
I didn't get a very good look at the thing when it raced by. But, what is it? From what I saw, it looked kind of like a baby bear with long claws and a very long tail.
That's a pretty accurate description, actually.
Oh, that's the first time our character's been right about something.
They're very rare. Since you saw one, you're going to have good luck.
Yay? Zach looks unimpressed.
I don't see how lucky it can be if it almost tripped him up.
Well, they tend to hide from people. If one lets you spot it, then that must mean you're special.
So there's Zach. Take that.
Such superstitions originated back when primitive societies were learning to recognize dangerous species from harmless ones. Because the Sabali feed on insects and small rodents many would deem to be pests, they are recognized as a harmless and even helpful animal. As such, many humans wish to domesticate them as pets. But the Sabali are timid creatures and shy away from most other animals, especially ones which are considered threatening. Thus, the Sabali were regarded as lucky due to the difficult nature of witnessing one.
Okay, makes sense.
In reality, there is no luck involved.
Way to ruin it. I see. Kara pouts playfully at Amelia.
Aw, come on, Amy. Let them keep their superstitions.
She's gonna keep calling her Amy from now on, and it's gonna be great. Amelia's eyes widen.
Amy?
Sure, that's your name, right? It's what your parents called you.
It is, but...
Does she not like it? Amelia pauses, then seems to regain her composure.
My name is Amelia.
Does calling you Amy bother you?
Amelia seems uncertain.
I did not mean to imply that it is a bother. It is merely a surprise.
I'm gonna start doing it from now on.
Aw, well, don't worry, Amy. It's a cute name.
Amelia fidgets as Leanna calls her Amy. She tries to speak, but for once seems flustered.
Well, it seems that...
Let's leave Amy alone and move on.
Even Zach's getting in on it. We stare at Zach.
What?
You called her Amy.
It's shorter than 3 syllables. Why wouldn't I call her that if she's okay with it?
I like how he kind of breaks the fourth wall there of it. He's keeping things short and to the point. Amelia sighs.
Well, if that is what you prefer, then I suppose you may call me as such.
Good, I'm doing it anyways. Oh, look at that. Kara grins and pats Amelia on the head.
I knew you'd come around.
Amelia at first blinks in confusion. As Kara continues to pat her, she doesn't really seem to know what to do with herself. Eventually, she just lets it happen. Although Amelia tries to act cool, the touch of pink in her cheeks gives away her true thoughts. I think she likes the nickname. Amy's a cute name. I guess her name's Amy now. Amy is a cute name. I like the name Amy. I think it suits you.
That is fortunate, as I believe that is how the group will refer to me from now on.
Yeah, well, I was gonna do it anyways.
Anyway, let's get going.
Thank you, Zach. We resume our journey. For the next 3 days, we travel on foot during the day and make camp at night. Leanna continues my casting trainings, but I've made no progress. I've begun to feel discouraged, and although she tries hard to hide it, I can sense the frustration Leanna feels. Why am I having such a difficult time casting? There must be something I'm missing. Since Leanna won't give up on my trainings, I resolved to push past my disappointment and continued to focus myself. On the 4th day, we traveled the entire day and set up camp in the evening, as the 3 days before. As we've done in all of our past trainings, Zach, Kara, and Amelia take care of the setup while Leanna and I find an open area to train. I still dread whenever it's time to train, as I haven't shown any progress. It's starting to feel like a useless chore at this point.
Ready?
I guess so. I reluctantly nod.
All right. Just like we've practiced, focus on channeling through the manipulator.
As I've done so many times before, I try to do exactly what Leanna says. Just like all of my previous attempts, it doesn't work.
You've got this. You just have to focus.
I'm focusing. I strain with all my might, simultaneously trying to figure out what exactly I'm supposed to be focusing on, and wondering if this is all actually bogus anyway. Leanna watches me intently, waiting for the spark of magic, which doesn't appear. I let go and breathe out in frustration.
Try again.
Fine. Have we considered the possibility that only humans from Terra can cast? Leanna's voice is firm.
Just try again.
With a heavy sigh, I bring up my hand again and try again. As is expected, nothing happens. This is completely pointless. I lower my hand. Maybe I'm just not meant to cast. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind pushes me off my feet and knocks me to the ground. Oof. Leanna glares at me, a fierce look on her face.
Get up.
I cough as I catch my breath and push myself to my feet. What the hell? Leanna raises her arm again.
Deflect this.
Bite me. Freeze, dodge, deflect. I'm gonna dodge it. That's my natural instinct. I dive out of the way as Leanna casts another gust of wind. That was close.
Don't dodge. Deflect.
I balk at the sternness in her tone. Her entire demeanor has changed from a calm and patient teacher to a dangerous Mage-Knight. What's gotten into you? She ignores me and aims another shot of magic. This time I jump out of the way, but she is relentless. She lines up another shot. I don't know what you mean by deflect. Leanna sends another gust after me, which I only narrowly dodge. Before I can get my bearings, another shot of magic comes at me. Then another. Would you just... And another. Hold on! And another. My breathing is short and anger warms my blood. She's shooting off wind blasts so quickly I don't have time to think or move. Her attacks are relentless and keep knocking me down. Another gust of wind soars towards me. Leanna, stop! I take that blast, and although it's just as powerful for the others, this time I maintain my footing.
That's not deflecting.
She frowns in concentration as she ramps up another attack. Then she lets loose another gust of wind. I try to block it with my arms, but this blast is stronger than the last, and it hurls me into the air. I crash painfully on the ground, but force down the pain and get back onto my feet. My breathing is ragged, and my body is sore. Leanna is already channeling another attack. I don't know what's gotten into her, but I can't keep taking these hits. She launches another attack. The anger bubbles inside me and boils over. I throw up my hand and feel the anger shoot down my arm and out of my glowing manipulator in a gust of wind which knocks the blast away. Leanna gasps and drops her attack.
You did it!
I stare at my arm, too bewildered to even comprehend what is happening. Suddenly, Leanna is laughing loudly. As things calm down, I notice the rest of the group is already here. They must have heard the commotion.
He casted?
Leanna grins broadly.
He did! He finally cast!
Are you gonna kiss me now, damn it?
That's amazing!
Not you. That wind magic. It came from me. The realization slowly dawns on me. I casted that. My eyes grow wide and I split into a huge grin. Yes! Can't believe I did it! Leanna's grinning from ear to ear. Even Zach cracks a small smile and nods. Amelia watches us curiously.
I assume you used the technique which we had previously discussed.
I now hate you. My anger is directed at you now. Wait, what? Leanna looks sheepish and refuses to make eye contact. What technique? The high from my casting begins to wear off, and I remember the mix of anger and confusion I felt from the attacks. You mean, you guys thought it would be a good idea to randomly just start attacking me? Leanna shakes her head, looking a mixture of worried and guilty. Amelia calmly responds.
Indeed.
I didn't expect her to so bluntly agree. Why?
You were making no progress on your training. and I believed a new strategy was necessary. One such method is to utilize the ingrained need for survival. When placed in high stress, dangerous situations, the human body will use all its resources to ensure survival.
So you kind of like Deadpooled me on this one.
By putting you in such a situation, your response to protect yourself enabled you to tap into the manipulator and channel energy.
I consider what Amelia said. Everything happened so fast, but once I realized there was no way to talk my way out of Leanna's attacks, I knew there was only one way out.
I'm really sorry. Amelia felt this was the best way for you to learn since you didn't seem to be getting it my way.
She trails off.
I hope I wasn't too hard on you.
It's okay, I get it. Please be gentle next time. It was effective. Yeah, you know, I do kind of get it. Gotta try a different approach here. It's okay, I get it. Well, not ideal. I can understand why she did what she did, and I won't blame her for it. After all, it did work. It's okay. I understand. You're just trying to help me. Leanna nods.
Thanks for understanding. I'm really glad it worked. I would have felt even worse if it didn't.
So, what now? Should I try it again?
Are you feeling up to it? If you need to take a break, we can do that.
I think I should be okay. As the words leave my mouth, my arm stings and I feel a wet spot on my elbow. When I look down, I notice blood on my shirt. Leanna gasps.
You're bleeding.
'Tis but a flesh wound. I twist my arm trying to see the damage. You don't say.
Hold on, I brought bandages.
It's really no big deal. She races back to camp and grabs a roll of gauze from her pack. When she returns, she kneels beside me and reaches for my arm. I move my arm out of her grasp. I'm okay, really. It's just a scratch. Based on the level of bleeding, I can tell it's a bit more than a scratch, so can Leanna. She shakes her head.
It's my fault you got hurt.
Without taking no for an answer, she grabs my arm and takes a look. This time, I don't bother resisting. Gently, she dabs at the blood with a damp cloth. I try not to wince from the sting.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be gentle.
You're fine. Her hands are warm and delicate, and for a moment, I forget what she's doing and can only feel her touch. Her gentle fingers deftly wrap the gauze around my arm. After she secures it, she lets her hands fall back in her lap. I feel a split second of disappointment as I let my own arm fall beside me.
There, good as new.
You didn't have to do that. Kiss it better, please? Thanks. I want to try it. And I feel at this point I might be able to do it. Kiss it better, please? Not quite as good as new. Leanna looks at me questioningly.
Is something wrong?
You forgot to kiss it better.
What?
Leanna's eyes grow wide. Back where I come from, when someone gets hurt, you kiss the sore spot to help it get better faster.
This is something that everyone does?
Sure. Yep. Leanna shifts uncomfortably.
I don't know. That's not something we do here.
I pout. Polite. First you injure me and then you make fun of my culture.
No, that's not my intention at all.
It's like you don't want me to get better. She bites her lip.
Okay, if it's something that you guys really do, then I suppose I can do it for you too.
I hold out my elbow. Leanna's face turns bright red. She hesitates and looks around quickly to make sure no one is watching, then leaves a small peck on my elbow.
There.
Yay! I'm happy now. I grin. I'm feeling better already. Leanna's face is still crimson as she nods. I get to my feet as we return to camp. After we've all had a chance to eat and relax, we get ready for bed. Worth it. For once, as soon as I lay down my head, exhaustion takes over me and I fall right to sleep. What a day. What a day. We wake up the next morning and continue our travels. After my last burst of magic, I try to replicate that feeling of casting. Although I'm finally seeing improvement, I still can't cast as well as I hope. The result of my casting is just a weak tendril of magic, but at least it's something. Leanna's spirits have been lifted too, and she continues my training with renewed enthusiasm. A couple of days pass before the trees become denser as we reach the woods. We must be on the right track. At first, the walk is easy, and as the trees line a well-worn path, but the deeper into the forest we traverse, the more careful we become of our step as the wild undergrowth tangles our legs. The Pango wobbles unsteadily over the roots and debris on the ground, then hops onto my shoulder.
Boy, boy.
Fine, dude, you can stay there. Ooh, that was a nice transition. The canopy overhead thickens, blocking out much of the sunlight. Leanna glances uneasily around her. Noticing Leanna, Zack glances around too and becomes grave.
I think we stumbled into the Forest of Grieving.
Leanna balks.
Grieving?
The Pango looks concerned.
Boy, boy?
Zack nods. Kara looks curiously at Zack, then watches Leanna gaze suspiciously around her. She seems to put two and two together and grins mischievously.
Isn't that the one with all the trapped souls?
Nice. Leanna's eyes widen and her voice trembles.
Trapped souls?
Is every forest in this place haunted? Go along. He's teasing. Spooker. Is every forest in this place haunted? I want to stay on her side as well. But at the same time, he is just teasing. But you know, we'll go with it. We're not gonna go along. I wanna stay on her good side. My eyes widen. This forest is haunted too. Why is every forest haunted? Zack and Kara share a glance and hide a smile. I hate both of you. What? What is it?
Do you want to know why they're trapped?
But you're an asshole. Go on. Leanna vigorously shakes her head.
Nope, I do not want to know. In fact, none of us want to know.
Amelia puts her hands on her hips.
Evidently, Zack, you were misinformed, as there is no such place as the Forest of Grieving.
Yeah, she would ruin it.
No, there definitely is a Forest of Grieving. Right, Kara?
Absolutely.
If that is true, it is certainly not here.
Leanna pouts, her face bright red.
You guys are the worst.
She rushes closer to Amelia and pointedly ignores Zack and Kara, who pretend to hide their amusement. The Pango shoots two of them dirty looks.
Boy, boy. That's right, Pango.
And Siler, because I'm here too? She scoops him into her arms and hugs him into her chest. I hate him even more now. The Pango doesn't protest. We continue to walk in silence. As we venture further within the forest, the air feels thick and heavy. The canopy thins out, but the trees themselves have knotted and thick bark, making them seem very old. They brighten with an ethereal blue-green luminescence. Does anyone else feel that? Yeah, he would be the first one to know that one. The Pango squirms in Leanna's grasp and hops out before exploring the forest.
This place is loaded with magical energy.
Is that why it's glowing?
The natural formation of crystals is what gives it its coloration.
I take my time admiring the natural beauty of the place. It feels like a scene from a fairy tale. Peeking up from behind a tree is a small pink Pango. My Pango hops over to her, and when she realizes she's been spotted, she hops out into view and tilts her head curiously.
Boy? Boy, boy.
The pink Pango looks over at Leanna and gives her a wide grin. Leanna gasps as it hops closer to her.
Boy! How cute!
She reaches out towards the pink Pango, who hops into her arms.
Aw, she likes me.
Leanna squeals excitedly and hugs her close.
Boy.
There's a green one, too. Another Pango peeks out from behind a bush and hops over to Leanna. Her grin grows even wider. She opens her arms and the Pango hops in, much to Leanna's delight.
Another Pango. Boy. 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 What?
Even more Pangos pop out from behind the trees and bushes and begin to surround Leanna, who watches them with joy.
So many Pangos.
Pango overload for Leanna. She reaches out to all of them, and they each openly receive her affection.
Boy. Boy.
That is adorable. The chorus of poise increases, even more emerge, and soon even Leanna is overwhelmed by the sheer number of Pangos. That is just adorable. Zack stands as close to the edge of the trees as possible and as far away from the Pangos as possible. His hands hover protectively over his discharger as he eyes the Pangos suspiciously. Amelia moves from Pango to Pango, seemingly studying the variations. Terra joins in and plays with the Pangos closest to her. Even more Pangos filter out into the clearing. Leanna's eyes fill with tears.
Too many Pangos.
Adorableness overload incoming. Oh no. Leanna, are you okay? Her smile is still as wide as ever as she kneels on the ground, holding as many Pangos as she can in her arms, but the tears continue to flow. She speaks between sobs.
I can't hug them all.
Oh my. Terra comes over and puts a comforting arm around her.
It's okay. Just hug as many as you can.
Leanna sniffles and nods. First world mage problems, am I right? My Pango looks up at me with a wondering gaze. Stay by my Pango, join in on the fun. Ugh, too many Pangos. I'm gonna stay by him. He got mad with a dog. I look down at him and smile. Don't worry. You're the only Pango I need. He beams and hops into my arms, then nuzzles me affectionately. From among the Pangos emerge a Pango larger than the others. He has a twist of leaves which he wears around his head as he passes. All the other Pangos seem to settle down in reverence. He pauses in front of Leanna.
Boy?
Pango King. Leanna blinks.
Boy.
That was a long string of poise. We come in peace. We come in poise. Let Leanna do the talking. I'm gonna let her do the talking on this, see how she does. She seems to be the expert on Pango stuff. I certainly have no idea what's going on. My Pango steps up to the larger Pango and speaks in a series of poise.
Boy.
The larger Pango seems surprised, then nods.
Boy.
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 He turns around and hops deeper into the forest. My Pango faces us.
Boy.
He tilts his head to indicate the forest, then follows the larger Pango. Should we follow them? Zack shrugs, but Leanna nods.
Yeah, I think we should. At the very least, we can't leave him.
Hold on, time out real quick. The hell just happened? I'm so confused by this series of events. All right, time back in, let's go on.
What if he's leading us to danger?
It's a Pango, Zack.
It would seem that the other Pangos respect the larger Pango. He may be the equivalent of a king or other authority figure. If he wished us harm, we would already know.
Besides, the most harm a Pango can do is cuddle us.
We better get a move on before we lose them. We follow the Pangos further into the forest. Some of the other Pangos tag along, popping in and out of the trees. I've never seen so many Pangos in one place before. What are they all doing here? Eventually, we stop in front of a crumbling stone structure.
Boy.
The Pango leader nods.
Poi, poi, poi.
Boy! Boy, 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 boy!
Poi.
Someone want to translate for me?
Boy, boy!
It would seem the Pangos have escorted us to the temple we seek.
Oh, the Earth Temple already? How did they know? Can they understand us?
More than likely, our Pango friend inquired as to the reason for the migration of so many Pangos in one area. He must have been curious about their source of energy, which just happens to be the Earth Temple.
That would make way too much sense. I narrow my eyes at Amelia. This seems very coincidental. Do you speak Pango?
No, but that rationale should be common sense.
I don't buy it. Sax snorts, then tries to cover it up. I look back at the temple. It clearly hasn't been touched in a long time, and half of it is falling apart. Is it safe to go in there? Kara seems excited.
Only one way to find out.
She marches towards the temple.
But what about the Pangos? Won't they be upset?
Especially considering we intend to absorb the energy.
The temples were built over areas of naturally high concentrations of energy, so the temples continuously amass energy at an accelerated rate.
Makes sense.
Therefore, the amount which we will absorb will be replenished fast enough to not adversely affect the Pango's ecosystem.
Why don't people live near these packets of continuous energy?
The
Pockets.
only energy we are able to manipulate is extracted from crystals. This form of energy, which resides in the air, cannot be manipulated or absorbed by humans.
Got it. She pauses.
Humans of Terra, that is. In contrast, Pangos are able to absorb all forms of energy, including airborne.
I see. Either way, sounds like the Pangos will be okay. Leanna nods and we follow Kara. The Pangos make no move to stop us, but continue to watch us curiously.
Come on!
We approach the temple's entrance, and we will check out the Earth Temple next time. I'm going to end the episode here. I don't know what is going on, but we finally were able to cast. That's a good thing, and I still don't understand Pango. It makes no sense. They need some subtitles that'll be able to help. And I think Amy speaks Pango. But anyways, I'll see you all in the next video. As always, if you did enjoy the video, let me know by hitting the like button down below. If you're new to the channel, unleash your power by hitting the subscribe button down below today as well, and I will see all you heroes in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.